Hi, I'm John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy, with another Global Real Estate School podcast. Welcome to the podcast. My name is John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy, and this is episode 078. It's January 3rd, 2019. Thanks for joining, and today we're going to talk about, actually I've got a little test question for you, so I'm going to test your knowledge today. And by the way, I'm going to pick up on goals and some other things as I talked about yesterday throughout the year, but this is Global Real Estate School Podcast, so I want to help you pass the real estate exam on the first time. And if you are a licensed real estate professional listening to the podcast, this information is good for you to kind of get a refresher, because I remember people would tell me all the time, you're going to go to real estate school and you won't use any of that information in the real world. And I kind of believe that mentality. And I had my license for 1 year, went back to broker school to get my broker's license. And I'm telling you what, I think it was the combination of having a little bit of experience and then going back to get my broker's license. But as I learned the information in the classroom, I was able to use that in my business. And I'm telling you what, my business grew by leaps and bounds because I got my broker's license and I was able to understand the material and how I could apply that into my real estate business. So today we're going to do a test question. And by the way, just a quick sales pitch for those Missouri salespersons who are listening to the podcast. Did you know you can get your broker's license right at Global Real Estate School? That's correct. We've got the 48-hour broker pre-license school, and you should sign up for that. It would be very healthy and good for you, and I think it would take your real estate career to a whole new level like it did for me. So here's the test question today. When the economic life and the physical life of improved real property are compared, the physical life is generally, and I have all of this in the show notes, but if you're listening by car, I'll read this again for you. When the economic life and the physical life of improved real property are compared, so in other words, we're looking at a piece of property and we're saying, okay, what's the economic life versus the physical life? The physical life is generally, that's what they're asking you to answer. The physical life is generally A, half the economic life, B, less than the economic life, C, greater than the economic life, or D, the same as the economic life. Let me read that again. When the economic life and the physical life of improved property are compared, the physical life is generally, so is the physical life half the economic life? Is the physical life less than the economic life? Or is the physical life greater than the economic life? Or is the physical life the same as the economic life? Well, the answer is the physical life is generally greater than the economic life. And, the way I like to explain this, or if you can visualize, you're driving down a roadway, maybe out in the country somewhere, and you see a barn or even an old 2-story farmhouse that is about ready to fall over. There's no windows. The siding has not been painted for years. The roof is collapsed in portions. But that old farmhouse or barn is still standing. Well, that's the physical life. So the physical life is always going to be greater than the economic life. Economic life has to do more with the length of time someone can get use out of that property. So again, the answer is greater than the economic life. Now, I want to remind you that at Global Real Estate School, we have practice exams that are national content specific. They're good for any place you are studying for the exam. We have flashcards that you can download there. And you can also get your broker's license in Missouri and get your salesperson's license in South Dakota, Kansas, Missouri, and very shortly, Oklahoma. We hope to have that this week. So check us out, globalrealestateschool.com. As always, thanks for listening to the podcast. Give us a 5-star review and give us some nice comments. That would be great as well. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Thank you for listening to the podcast for Global Real Estate School. I'm John Mayfield, the Real Estate Tech Guy. Go out and make it a great day.